The jewels Princess Mary took to the grave, now lost in silence. Princess Mary was the only daughter of King George V and Queen Mary, the cherished sister of Kings Edward VIII and George VI, and the beloved aunt of Queen Elizabeth II, who looked so much like her. Born into immense privilege, she was the only girl among two brothers, growing up at the very heart of the British monarchy. Princess Mary, Countess of Harewood, married Viscount Lascelles in 1922, marking the first royal wedding to be featured in fashion magazines, including Vogue. Her wedding was not just a royal event, it was a jewel exhibition in its own right, with opulent gifts flowing in from monarchs and dignitaries across the globe. Among the most extraordinary were the gifts from her bridegroom, Lord Lascelles, which included exquisite tiaras, a diamond negligee worn on her wedding day, an antique diamond brooch clasp, and a pearl pendant that once belonged to Dowager Empress Marie Feodorovna. These priceless heirlooms captured the grandeur of the era and continue to be celebrated in royal jewelry histories. Sadly, many of these treasures were later lost to auction following Princess Mary's passing. Harewood Scroll Tiara. As the only daughter of the king, Princess Mary received a number of spectacular wedding gifts from her husband, but the standout piece was an extraordinary diamond scroll tiara. Specially commissioned from Gerard, the tiara was crafted using the historic Clanricarde jewels, a cache of gems inherited by Viscount Lascelles from his eccentric great-uncle, the last Marquis of Clanricarde. These jewels had been locked away in a bank vault, untouched for over a century. The Russian-designed tiara features 6 graduated diamond clusters, each intersected by diamond collets and ribbon scrolls forming heart-shaped centers. These are encased in a diamond collet and scrollwork frame, topped with a delicate bow design above 5 of the clusters. Uniquely versatile, all 6 diamond clusters are detachable and could be worn separately. Princess Mary debuted the tiara at a presentation court at Buckingham Palace in 1922, where official portraits were taken. She later had it fitted with a central sapphire for 2 momentous occasions: the coronation of her brother, King George VI, and again at the coronation of her niece, Queen Elizabeth II, in 1953. She continued to wear the tiara in her later years, until it was eventually sold at auction in 1970 following her death, fetching $22,800. As a wedding gift, Queen Mary presented her daughter with a stunning sapphire brooch featuring a single large oval sapphire surrounded by 14 diamonds. This brooch was often set into the Harewood Scroll Tiara and bore a strong resemblance to the famous sapphire and diamond brooch given by Prince Albert to Queen Victoria on their wedding day, though it was a distinct piece. Described at the 1970 auction as a highly important sapphire and diamond brooch, composed of a large oval sapphire held by rose diamond claws in a border of 14 brilliant cut diamonds, the jewel was sold after Princess Mary's passing for $25,200 to S.J. Phillips, a noted London-based antique jewelry dealer. Harewood Fringe Tiara. Crafted around 1890, the magnificent diamond fringe tiara, featuring a series of 51 graduated diamond spikes that rise to a high central point. Each main spike is intersected by a smaller, similarly graduated diamond collet spike that was gifted to Princess Mary in 1922 upon her marriage to Viscount Lascelles. The generous gift came from the future Earl and Countess Inchcape and was among the many dazzling wedding presents displayed for public viewing at St. James's Palace. Princess Mary began wearing the tiara soon after her wedding, most famously in a series of early 1920s portraits, including a memorable image of her in her favorite blue gown, where the tiara was paired elegantly with 2 diamond riviere necklaces and a diamond brooch. It was primarily reserved for formal portraits, and also featured at the gala performance at Covent Garden during the French state visit in 1950. The diamond fringe tiara was auctioned at Christie's in 1966, where it was acquired by the Dukes of Westminster for $19,600. Ever wondered who ended up with Queen Victoria's iconic sapphire and diamond coronet? Even this historic royal jewel was once at risk of leaving the United Kingdom. It was placed on public auction and faced export, until a temporary ban allowed the Victoria and Albert Museum to acquire it just in time. In 1842, Prince Albert personally designed the sapphire and diamond coronet for Queen Victoria, commissioning Joseph Kitching to bring his vision to life. The coronet featured an elegant arrangement of kite and cushion-shaped sapphires and diamonds, was later inherited by their grandson, King George V, who gifted it to his beloved only daughter, Princess Mary, as a wedding present. Though Princess Mary wore the piece for a series of portraits and formal events, it was rarely seen in public. The jewel remained in the family for decades and was later worn by her daughters-in-law. However, following the death of the 7th Earl of Harewood in 2011, the coronet was sold to cover inheritance taxes. In 2017, it was purchased by hedge fund tycoon William Bollinger and is now proudly displayed for the public at the William and Judith Bollinger Jewelry Gallery in the Victoria and Albert Museum. Emerald and diamond necklace. In 1922, Princess Mary received a stunning wedding gift from the County of York, a platinum brooch by Gerard featuring 3 large emeralds surrounded by diamonds. Originally designed as a detachable hair ornament, the central emerald was framed by 18 diamonds, and the 2 side emeralds by 14 each. Another standout gift was a diamond and emerald negligee pendant, also bought from Gerard, this time by the Royal Navy. Princess Mary was photographed wearing both pieces in a formal portrait taken around 1936. Sometime between the mid-1930s and early 1950s, Princess Mary had them transformed into a spectacular emerald and diamond necklace. It featured 2 rows of diamonds connecting 5 emerald components. The square emeralds flanking the center, weighing 8.84 and 6.48 carats, came from the Royal Navy's gift, while the central emerald, 13.03 carats, and the 2 pear-shaped stones, 5.74 and 6.26 carats, originated from the York brooch. This dazzling necklace was often worn in official portraits and at prominent events, such as the gala performance at Covent Garden during the Swedish state visit to Britain in 1954. The necklace changed hands twice, first during Princess Mary's lifetime, and again after her death at Christie's Geneva in 1988, where it sold for $475,000 and forever gone from history. Princess Mary owned a striking diamond chain crafted by Messrs. R.G. Hennell and Sons, presented to her by the Corporation of the City of London as a wedding gift, funded through a public subscription. Measuring 34 inches in length, the necklace featured a series of single diamonds interspersed with smaller stones and 10 marquise-shaped diamond motifs placed at intervals. It also included a pendant measuring 2 inches long composed of a fine pear-shaped diamond in a diamond collet and diamond-pierced frame. Princess Mary notably wore the City of London diamond chain to the 1923 wedding of her brother, the Duke of York, to Lady Elizabeth Bowes Lyon. She also appeared wearing it in several portraits from the early 1920s. In the 1940s, she was again depicted wearing the chain in a formal portrait, as well as at a gala during the same era. The diamond chain was exhibited in 1953 at a jewelry show held at the Dorchester Hotel in London, in celebration of Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. Its last known public appearance was in 1962, when Princess Mary wore it to the Grand Regimental Ball at the Royal York Hotel in Toronto, marking the centenary of the Canadian Scottish Regiment during her visit to Canada. In 1970, The City of London diamond chain was sold at Christie's for $20,900. Russian sapphire devant corsage. Viscount Lascelles gifted his royal bride, Princess Mary, a remarkable Imperial Romanov jewel, a dazzling diamond and sapphire necklace of Russian origin. This elaborate piece featured diamond knots set with 22 sapphires and finished with a flexible diamond fringe. The necklace included 7 floral motifs, each adorned with sapphire centers and drops. This magnificent necklace was originally part of a sapphire parure presented to Princess Cecilia of Baden upon her marriage to Grand Duke Michael Nikolaevich of Russia in 1857. Valued at 57,450 rubles, the piece later passed to their son, Grand Duke Michael Mikhailovich. The Grand Duke was forced to sell jewels in a saturated international market after the Russian Revolution. Viscount Lascelles eventually acquired the necklace and presented it to Princess Mary as a wedding gift. Princess Mary first wore the Russian sapphire necklace a few months after her wedding, styled as a devant de corsage during a presentation court at Buckingham Palace, and as detachable brooches, including at the wedding of her brother, the Duke of York, to Lady Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon. This grand Russian jewel also made appearances at 2 significant royal events: the coronation of her brother, King George VI, and the coronation of her niece, Queen Elizabeth II, in 1953. Tragically, this historic heirloom was lost to both the British and Russian royal families when it was sold at Christie's in 1960 for $53,200 to Levy Cohen, acting on behalf of Harry Winston of New York. It has not been seen publicly since and remains one of the most expensive and important jewels Princess Mary ever owned. Another exceptional sapphire parure in Princess Mary's collection was a wedding gift from King George V to her only daughter. This set included Queen Victoria's diamond and sapphire tiara, along with a diamond and sapphire cluster necklace featuring a detachable oval pendant, and a matching bracelet of sapphire and diamond clusters. The necklace and pendant, dating to around 1850, originally belonged to Queen Victoria and were composed of 14 graduated sapphire and diamond clusters in a quatrefoil design, each accented by a diamond double-leaf motif. The bracelet from the same suite featured 12 kite-shaped sapphire and diamond elements. It was believed to have been made around 1840 to 1850, possibly by Kitching, using Sri Lankan sapphires gifted to Queen Victoria by King William IV and Queen Adelaide. Sapphires also used in the tiara. Princess Mary, as Viscountess Lascelles, wore this sapphire parure for her first formal dinner party and dance at Chesterfield House, where she and her husband hosted her parents, King George V and Queen Mary, as guests of honor. She continued to wear the sapphires frequently throughout the 1920s, including in several official portraits. Eventually, the necklace, sold without its pendant, was auctioned for £8,000, and the 16-carat bracelet was purchased by a private collector. The bracelet later resurfaced in 2021 when it was loaned to the Victoria and Albert Museum, offering a rare glimpse into this lost royal treasure. Princess Mary, the only daughter of King George V and Queen Mary, lived a life adorned in jewels passed down from her parents and grandmothers. Sadly, much of her heirloom collection has been lost over time. Let us know your thoughts. It's heartbreaking that so little remains. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more royal jewel stories.